Welcome to your social work quiz challenge. Let's put your knowledge to the test and make it fun along the way. We are going to go over 60 questions, and for every question, you'll hear the scenario, get 4 options, and then the right answer with explanation. Let's go. Question 1. What is the main purpose of the NASW Code of Ethics? A. To explain how to write clinical notes. B. To help clients report social workers. C. To guide professional behavior and decision-making. D. To manage social work billing systems. Correct answer? C. The NASW Code of Ethics provides principles that guide ethical decision-making and professional conduct in social work. It's your moral GPS. Question 2. What does the term caseload refer to? A. The weight a social worker carries. B. The number of clients assigned to a social worker. C. The number of case files in a cabinet. D. The amount of documentation done daily. Correct answer? B. Caseload means how many clients or cases a worker manages. It directly impacts time management and client care. Question 3. What's a key sign of cultural competence? A. Memorizing holidays of all cultures. B. Avoiding cultural conversations. C. Respecting and adapting to diverse values and practices. D. Asking all clients to behave the same way. Correct answer? C. Cultural competence is about understanding, respecting, and adjusting your approach to meet the cultural needs of each client. Question 4. A. Consent given in writing. B. Consent assumed based on actions. C. Consent given by a legal guardian. D. Consent required for medication only. Correct answer? B. If a client participates willingly in services without verbal or written consent, it's implied, though it should be clarified whenever possible. Question 5. What's an example of indirect practice? A. Conducting a family therapy session. B. Developing a community program proposal. C. Running a youth anger management group. D. Assessing a client's mental health. Correct answer? B. Indirect practice supports clients without face-to-face service, like advocacy, research, or program development. Question 6. What does the term parens patriae refer to? A. Client-centered therapy. B. Mandatory confidentiality laws. C. The state's right to protect vulnerable individuals. D. Peer mentoring among professionals. Correct answer, C. This legal doctrine allows the state to act as a guardian for those unable to protect themselves, such as minors or adults with severe impairments. Question 7. What's one key feature of trauma-informed care? A. Avoiding emotional topics. B. Encouraging quick change. C. Ensuring emotional and physical safety. D. Ignoring past trauma. Correct answer, C. Trauma-informed care focuses on avoiding re-traumatization and creating a space of trust, safety, and empowerment. Question 8. In social work, what is a strengths-based perspective? A. Focusing on what clients can't do. B. Diagnosing faster. C. Identifying and building on a client's abilities and resources. D. Applying strict rules to treatment plans. Correct answer, C. This approach highlights the client's skills, resilience, and supports, not just their struggles. Question 9. What is the Global Assessment of Functioning, GAF, scale used for? A. Diagnosing depression. B. Measuring a client's overall psychological and social functioning. C. Determining housing eligibility. D. Identifying cultural preferences. Correct answer, B. GAF rates how well someone is functioning mentally, socially, and occupationally. Though replaced in DSM-5, it's still on licensing exams. Question 10. What's one purpose of a needs assessment? A. To evaluate a social worker's salary. B. To determine what services a client or community needs. C. To finalize client discharge. D. To replace case notes. Correct answer, B. A needs assessment is a vital tool to identify service gaps or individual priorities before creating a care plan. You did amazing. That was just the beginning. These terms are essential for social work exams and everyday decisions, but we're just warming up. Would you like me to continue? Perfect. Time to sharpen those ethical instincts and client-centered skills. These next 10 questions will test how well you protect rights, encourage autonomy, and apply your judgment with care and confidence. Question 11. What does informed consent require? A. A client's approval given under pressure. B. Written approval only from a lawyer. C. Clear understanding of risks, benefits, and options. D. A therapist's approval of the treatment plan. Correct answer, C. Informed consent means clients understand what they're agreeing to, including potential risks, and they agree voluntarily. A. Privileged communication. B. Dual diagnosis. C. Conflict of interest. D. Burnout. Correct answer, C. A conflict of interest arises when personal relationships or interests affect your ability to be objective and professional. Question 13. What is a key value in the NASW Code of Ethics? A. Competition. B. Social justice. C. Productivity. D. Punctuality. Correct answer, B. Social justice is a cornerstone value, meaning all individuals deserve fair treatment, access, and opportunity. Question 14. What should a social worker do first when facing an ethical dilemma? A. Quit the case. B. Ignore their feelings. C. Consult the Code of Ethics and a supervisor. D. Immediately notify the media. Correct answer, C. Ethical dilemmas require structured steps. Start with the Code of Ethics and speak with a trusted supervisor. Question 15. What does the term confidentiality refer to? A. Being polite in emails. B. Not documenting sensitive issues. C. Protecting a client's private information. D. Only working with government agencies. Correct answer, C. Confidentiality ensures client trust and protects personal information, unless disclosure is required by law. Question 16. Which term reflects a legal right to keep client information private in court? A. Ethical silence. B. Case privilege. C. Privileged communication. D. Personal discretion. Correct answer, C. Privileged communication is a legal right. It protects clients from having their private details shared without consent, even in legal settings. Question 17. What does client self-determination mean? A. The client makes choices about their care. B. The social worker picks the best intervention. C. Clients must follow all suggestions. D. Court mandates decide treatment plans. Correct answer, A. Clients have the right to make their own decisions, even if you don't agree with them. Your job is to inform and support. Question 18. Which of the following best describes advocacy? A. Telling clients what to do. B. Speaking up for or supporting clients' needs and rights. C. Following agency rules blindly. D. Avoiding difficult cases. Correct answer, B. Advocacy is using your voice, connections, and power to help clients access the services and rights they deserve. 19. What is a sign that you may be experiencing compassion fatigue? A. Increased focus. B. Feeling numb or detached from client struggles. C. Greater empathy. D. Working fewer hours. Correct answer, B. Compassion fatigue often shows up as emotional exhaustion, and disconnecting from client stories is a major red flag. Question 20. What should a social worker do if they realize they're unable to remain objective with a client? A. Keep seeing the client but try harder. B. Discuss it with the client. C. Terminate the relationship unprofessionally. D. Seek supervision and consider referring the client. Correct answer, D. If your personal feelings are interfering, consult with a supervisor and consider referring the client to avoid harm. Awesome! That's 20 questions down, and you're leveling up in ethics, empowerment, and client advocacy like a pro. Ready to keep going? Let's test your ability to assess, plan, and intervene like a seasoned social worker. This is where clinical thinking meets practical action, and every question helps you sharpen your skills. Question 21. What is the purpose of a biopsychosocial assessment? A. To assess the financial needs of the client. 2. To assess the financial needs of the client. B. To explore medical treatment options. C. To evaluate biological, psychological, and social factors. D. To analyze medication side effects only. Correct answer, C. A biopsychosocial assessment gives a holistic picture of the client's functioning, physically, mentally, and socially. Question 22. What is case management in social work? A. Only providing therapy. B. Directing clients to court. C. Coordinating services and resources to meet client needs. D. Creating agency advertisements. Correct answer, C. Case management is all about service coordination, linking clients to the right support systems, and tracking progress. Question 23. What does a functional assessment evaluate? A. The color-coded filing system. B. A client's physical and cognitive abilities to function daily. C. Staff performance at an agency. D. A client's housing stability only. Correct answer, B. Functional assessments evaluate how well clients perform tasks of daily living, critical for rehab, elderly care, and mental health planning. Question 24. Which of the following is a key principle of the ecological systems theory? A. People are only shaped by genetics. B. Environment doesn't matter. C. People are influenced by multiple levels of systems. D. Children are only shaped by school experiences. Correct answer, C. The ecological systems theory, Bronfenbrenner, emphasizes that individuals are affected by micro, meso, and macro systems. Question 25. What is generalist practice? A. Social work with the elderly only. B. Specializing in only one population. C. Providing a broad range of services across populations and systems. D. Avoiding community involvement. Correct answer, C. Generalist practice equips social workers to work across diverse systems using a wide toolkit of skills and approaches. Question 26. What does the term field of practice refer to? A. A social worker's years of experience. B. Where a social worker went to school. C. The population or issue a social worker specializes in. D. Whether a worker prefers in-person or remote work. Correct answer, C. A field of practice is an area of focus, such as child welfare, mental health, substance use, or gerontology. Question 27. What is the first step when beginning work with a new client? A. Start therapeutic intervention. B. Conduct a needs assessment or intake. C. Offer medication referrals. D. Write a termination plan. Correct answer, B. Before helping, you have to understand the client's unique situation. A thorough intake or needs assessment comes first. What does evidence-based practice rely on? A. Supervisor opinions. B. Insurance company rules. C. Clinical research, professional expertise, and client preferences. D. Social media trends. Correct answer, C. EBP is a gold standard approach that integrates research-backed interventions with the clinician's experience and the client's needs. Question 29. What's the purpose of a treatment plan? A. To set goals and strategies for the client's care. B. To calculate the worker's hours. C. To track agency finances. D. To determine staff schedules. Correct answer, A. A treatment plan outlines goals, services, and timelines for client intervention and keeps the process focused and measurable. Question 30. What is the term for a face-to-face therapeutic relationship between worker and client? A. Direct practice. B. Macro intervention. C. Parens patriae. D. Peer supervision. Correct answer, A. Direct practice involves personal engagement with clients through therapy, casework, or crisis intervention. You crushed it. You crushed it. Assessment? Nailed it. Intervention? You're getting surgical. Service planning? Certified sharp. Capitals. ASRound is about accountability. As a social worker, your decisions carry weight, legally and ethically. Let's make sure you know how to navigate sticky situations, keep clients safe, and practice within your lane. Question 31. What should a social worker do if they're assigned to work with a close friend? A. Proceed with the assignment to avoid conflict. B. Refer the friend to another social worker. C. Ask the friend to keep it secret. D. Take on the case with minimal contact. Correct answer, B. Dual relationships can impair objectivity. Referring a close friend protects professional boundaries and client care. Contrast 32. When is it appropriate to breach confidentiality? C. When there is risk of harm to self or others. D. When a friend asks you for information. Correct answer, C. Confidentiality can only be broken when there's a legal or ethical obligation, such as when someone is in danger. 3033. Which of the following is required before beginning treatment? C. Informed consent. D. A background check. Correct answer, C. Informed consent ensures the client understands the nature of the services and agrees to them voluntarily. Question 34. What's a key sign of a boundary violation? A. Maintaining eye contact. B. Meeting a client in the office. C. Accepting an expensive gift from a client. D. Explaining confidentiality policies. Correct answer. C. Accepting expensive or personal gifts may compromise the professional relationship and create ethical risks. (35) What does mandated reporter mean? A. A social worker who writes newsletters. B. A professional legally required to report suspected abuse. C. A social media content creator. D. A court-appointed therapist. Correct answer, B. Social workers are mandated reporters, meaning they must report suspected abuse or neglect of children, elders, or vulnerable adults. Question 36. What should a social worker do after making a mandated report? A. Post it on social media. B. Inform the supervisor and document it. C. Call the client to apologize. D. Wait for the client to confess. Correct answer, B. Always document what happened and inform your supervisor to maintain accountability and follow protocol. Question 37. What's the legal term for acting with a valid reason, such as reporting abuse? A. Dual obligation. B. Self-determination. C. Just cause. D. Role dissonance. Correct answer, C. Just cause means you have a solid, ethical, and often legal reason for taking action, like breaching confidentiality when necessary. Question 38. What is one example of malpractice? A. Offering therapy in multiple languages. B. Forgetting to follow up on a suicidal client who later self-harms. C. Practicing mindfulness with clients. D. Attending a professional workshop. Correct answer, B. Failing to take proper action or meet the standard of care, like ignoring red flags of suicide, can result in malpractice claims. Question 39. A. What is malfeasance in social work? A. Practicing without a license by accident. B. Intentionally engaging in unethical or illegal behavior. C. Mistakenly recommending the wrong program. D. Encouraging clients to advocate for themselves. Correct answer, B. Malfeasance involves intentional wrongdoing, such as lying on reports or abusing power. Question 40. What's the first thing to do if you suspect another social worker is harming clients? A. Post about it online. B. Ignore it unless you're directly involved. C. Consult your supervisor or ethics board. D. Quit your job. Correct answer, C. Ethical practice means you act, not ignore. Consulting your supervisor or ethics board ensures the concern is addressed properly and lawfully. You just leveled up in legal literacy. Boundaries, consent, reporting, these are non-negotiables. You don't just need to know the rules, you need to live by them. The next round focuses on your ability to empower clients, embrace diversity, and serve through the lens of safety, equity, and respect. These questions reflect who you are, not just what you know. Question 41. What does the term empowerment mean in social work? A. Giving advice to all clients. B. Encouraging clients to depend on you. C. Helping clients gain control and confidence in their own lives. D. Taking over decision-making for clients. Correct answer, C. Empowerment means supporting clients to develop their own voice, confidence, and ability to make choices. Question 42. Which is a sign of cultural humility? A. Correcting a client's religious beliefs. B. Acknowledging that you don't know everything and being open to learning. C. Assuming clients share your worldview. D. Avoiding cultural conversations. Correct answer, B. Cultural humility involves lifelong learning, self-reflection, and respecting each client's unique cultural identity. Question 43. What is one principle of trauma-informed care? A. Push clients to share trauma stories immediately. B. Encourage silence as healing. C. Establish safety and trust. D. Use authority to maintain order. Correct answer C. Trauma-informed care starts with physical and emotional safety, followed by building trust and choice into every step of the process. Question 44. What is intersectionality? A. Using two practice models at once. B. Understanding how overlapping identities shape experiences of privilege and oppression. C. Encouraging clients to switch roles. D. Helping clients resolve conflicts in their relationships. Correct answer B. Intersectionality looks at how factors like race, gender, class, and ability combine to create unique life experiences. Question 45. Why is client self-determination important? A. It speeds up recovery. B. It helps clients follow instructions. C. It respects the client's right to make decisions. D. It's required by law in every session. Correct answer C. Social workers support client autonomy, allowing them to set their own goals and make their own choices, even if we disagree. Question 46. What is a microaggression? A. A helpful cultural gesture. B. A minor but repeated compliment. C. A subtle, often unintentional discriminatory comment or behavior. D. A term for a small conflict. Correct answer C. Microaggressions are subtle acts of bias that cause harm over time. Recognizing them is essential to building inclusive spaces. Question 47. How does cultural competence benefit clients? A. It ensures everyone speaks the same language. B. It promotes respect, reduces bias, and improves service outcomes. C. It helps agencies make more money. D. It teaches clients new customs. Correct answer B. Cultural competence improves communication, builds trust, and leads to more accurate assessments and better outcomes. Question 48. A client from a collectivist culture may prioritize A. Individual success. B. Family and community needs over self. C. Competing with others. D. Rejecting tradition. Correct answer B. In collectivist cultures, decisions are often made in consultation with family or the group, and social workers must respect that dynamic. Question 49. What does a culturally responsive social worker do first with clients from unfamiliar backgrounds? A. Assume similar values. B. Research the culture in secret. C. Ask respectful questions and express openness to learning. D. Correct misunderstandings about American customs. Correct answer C. Clients are the experts on their own lives. Start by showing openness, asking questions, and respecting their voice. Question 50. In trauma-informed care, what's the role of client choice? A. It makes things more difficult. B. It slows down treatment. C. It's essential. Choice builds empowerment and safety. D. It's optional and not emphasized. Correct answer C. Giving clients choices helps rebuild control, especially for those who've experienced disempowerment through trauma. You just unlocked the keys to compassionate, ethical, and trauma-informed care. Remember, every client brings a universe of experience, and your job is to approach that world with humility, honor, and hope. All right, champion. Let's finish strong with the final 10 questions that make you think like a social worker in the field. Grab your critical thinking hat and let's go. Question 51. A teen client says they are LGBTQ+, but haven't told their parents. What should the social worker do? A. Encourage the client to come out today. B. Inform the parents immediately. C. Respect the client's confidentiality and explore their feelings. D. Report the case to school officials. Correct answer C. Confidentiality is key. Your role is to support the client's process, not to out them or rush disclosure. Question 52. A client discloses past abuse, but no longer has contact with the abuser. What's your ethical obligation? A. Ignore the story. B. Report it anyway. C. Explore the impact and offer support. D. Tell their family about it. Correct answer, C. If there is no current danger, your role is not to report. It's to provide emotional support and therapeutic space. Question 53. What should you do if a client asks for a ride home after a session? A. Say yes to build rapport. B. Agree but only once. C. Respect boundaries and politely decline. D. Ask the agency to allow it just this time. Correct answer, C. Driving a client can blur professional boundaries. Always keep your role and ethics clear. Question 54. What does resilience involve? A. Avoiding stress. B. Denying emotions. C. Adapting and recovering from adversity. D. Relying on others constantly. Correct answer, C. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from hardship, often through coping skills, self-awareness, and support systems. Question 55. A client is inconsistent with therapy and misses appointments. What should you do first? A. Discharge them. B. Document and explore the reasons for missed sessions. C. Yell at them. D. Reduce services immediately. Correct answer, B. Ethical care means understanding barriers, not judging them. Document and address the issue collaboratively. Question 56. What should guide your decision when you face a complex ethical dilemma? A. Your personal feelings. B. The news. C. The NASW Code of Ethics and Consultation. D. Client pressure. Correct answer, C. Ethical dilemmas require structure. The Code of Ethics and Supervision provide guidance, not personal emotions. Question 57. What is motivational interviewing designed to do? A. Force clients to change. B. Convince clients that they're wrong. C. Help clients explore and resolve ambivalence. D. Replace therapy entirely. Correct answer, C. MI is a client-centered technique to support positive change by helping clients uncover their own motivation. Question 58. What is one sign a community may benefit from social work intervention? A. High average income. B. Strong political control. C. Increased homelessness and unemployment. D. Overcrowded shopping malls. Correct answer, C. Social workers look for indicators of social need, including economic instability and vulnerable populations. Question 59. What is the best example of evidence-based practice, EBP? A. Using your intuition to help a client. B. Repeating what others do at your agency. C. Applying interventions backed by research, experience, and client input. D. Doing what your supervisor tells you without question. Correct answer, C. EBP combines research, professional skill, and client voice. It's the gold standard in modern care. Question 60. Why is continuing education important for social workers? A. It looks good on a resume. B. It's optional. C. It keeps you updated on new research, laws, and best practices. D. It replaces work experience. Correct answer, C. Continued education helps social workers grow with the field, staying ethical, effective, and licensed. You did it! 60 questions, 60 lessons, and a whole lot of critical thinking, ethics, heart, and wisdom. This isn't just exam prep, it's your mission prep. You're not just learning these terms to pass a test. You're becoming a protector of the vulnerable, an advocate for justice, and a voice for healing. Now take a breath, take a bow, and then take this knowledge into the real world. Keep studying, and remember we are here to answer any question you may have. Talk to you soon.